When I transferred to UT as a sophomore, I joined a co-ed spirit organization on campus, and I was super excited when I found out that I got in, and I couldn't wait to see what was in store for me as a member of this great organization. So, my pledge semester, my first semester in, of course, there were certain things that we had to do in order to become active members. We had to learn about the history and kind of get used to the rules and the regulations and what was expected of us, not just as a pledge, but as an active member. So, when we were learning about our history, we found out that there were three founding members, all males, and but every time that one of them would come up, they wouldn't really talk much about him. They would kind of just say, "This is so and so," and we just don't really speak of him. And I never really understood why. They kind of told us that he did a few things that were not representative of our organization, so they kind of didn't really talk about him too much, but he was acknowledged as founding the organization. But other than that, that was about it. So I was always curious as to why and what exactly did he do that nobody wanted to talk about him. So actually, just a few months ago, one of my really good friends who's an alum of this organization came in town, and I asked him about it because I was so curious. And, 3 years in, and I still don't really know what happened. And he tells me the story of how this guy at one of their formals, and this was probably about 8 years ago, and how he sexually assaulted and beat his girlfriend at the time. And he was charged with multiple like assault and rape at one point, and so obviously the girl pressed charges. And I was shocked. I didn't expect something that severe to come out of his mouth as to what this guy could have possibly done, but that's what it was. And so when I found this out, I was talking to one of my friends who's currently in the organization, and we had just been talking not too long prior to me finding out about him and what could he have possibly done, because it was always kept under wraps and nobody really talked about it. And so I finally told her, "Hey, look, I found out what was the issue and why he really isn't talked about." So I told her, and just like me, she kind of had the same reaction. She couldn't believe that that is what he had done, and that's why nobody spoke of him. So, now that I know, I kind of understand why that people don't want to share this story and want a lot of people in the organization to know. We just kind of, acknowledge him as being a founder, but that's pretty much it, because it is a great organization, and we don't want us being represented by something that this one single person did that we ultimately didn't have any control over. So, you know, it was something that nobody planned on, and we didn't expect it from him, but it happened. And we lived and we learned, and hopefully nothing like this will ever happen again.